Avatar, The Last Airbender. The easiest cosplay to come out this year. You can recognize it if it's done on a kid, on a pet, or even on a potato. All you need is a smooth surface and a blue tattoo, and you can become the Avatar. Nickelodeon released this anime in 2005. Wait, is it an anime? Someone educate me in the comments. Anyway, Nickelodeon
channel.
Yeah. Nickelodeon released this anime in 2005, but somehow I missed that train. Maybe they didn't air it in my country, and my mom definitely hasn't seen anything like that. But it all changed when Netflix, as usual, decided to do a live adaptation of the anime with the same name, and I'm here to talk about it. Right, it's not bad. Not bad. I would put it this way. There are a lot of positives and some important negatives. First of all, great visuals. This is the third time in a row I'm seeing this in their live adaptation, and Netflix is getting it down as a system. The set design, the costumes, everything is great. They hired really good actors and the CGI is non-intrusive. I think it is becoming quite normal, but I think we should appreciate it every time we see it, because the one by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, okay, we pretend it does not exist. Okay. The whole bending the elements thing was kinda okay. I mean, there was really a mismatch of how much their hands were moving versus what they got as the output. It was nowhere as bad as M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, I forgot. The bending in the first half was okay, but it really got better in the latter half with the characters mastering their bending. The whole series really benefited by having a universal story with value systems found in Asia, prominently in India, because Avatar is a Sanskrit word. There are 4 types of nation mastering the bending of each element: fire, water, air, and earth. There is always an avatar who can master all 4 elements and is supposed to be the most powerful. This beard-twirling villain wants to kill the avatar while he is still a child. It really is like Captain Planet, except instead of teenagers with a ring, there is like clans. And if you understood that Captain Planet reference, you just exposed your age. Anyways, as you can see, you can deliver a lot by having a simple story with good character arcs, and frankly, I loved the side characters. I have no problem with a simple, powerful villain with simple objectives. I really liked Suki and this whole gender reversal of a warrior woman seducing a guy. I hope I see her character again sometime, although she doesn't have a furry ball as an Uber available to her. And Zuko has become one of my favorite characters in terms of writing. Honestly, during the whole series, he went from being a loud brat to a good character to a great character with strong motivations and a glorious character arc. But if I talk about our main characters, this is when the show disappoints you so hard. T-Mang, which rightfully has the maximum amount of screen time, is in complete contrast to all the side characters in the series. The actors are great. The fault lies in writing. There is so much dialogue and exposition, as if writers do not know about show don't tell thing. Even Sokka's jawline knows that. Their short-term objectives are so flimsy and their interpersonal arcs as a team are so disjointed. Let's take a closer look. Sokka straight up peaked in episode 1. Despite having daddy issues, he stood in front of Fire Nation as a leader, as a warrior, ready to give up his life and refused to give up a quirky 12-year-old kid who showed up just a few hours ago. Although that took some convincing from Katara. But after that, I saw another 7 episodes just to hear the water tribe leader tell him in the end he doesn't need to be a warrior to be a hero. What? Also, there were all these side quests without any resolution, like Sokka treating islands as Tinder profiles and him being an inventor and not a leader. What's that all about? There might be an arc between Sokka and Katara, but they came across as normal siblings to me. Lots of fighting with each other, but when faced with an actual monster, dying together holding hands. Normal siblings energy. And while we are discussing this bond, let's talk about Katara. From the very first scene and then throughout the series, Katara is working so hard becoming a skilled waterbender. She is excited about learning from the North Water Tribe Masters. But once she gets there, her goal changes completely. I mean, I get the classic conflict of saving the women and children in a war versus using 50% workforce in a war. But if you convince the master to train women for the conflict, you are automatically convincing him of using women in a conflict. The whole conversation becomes man versus woman instead of master versus pupil. I'm really interested to see how all this went down in the anime. You see, in Asian and Indian mythologies and communities, a master is regarded really highly, and there are these tropes of looking for a master in their stories. Even in this series, the main hero and villain are always looking at their masters for guidance, but not Katara. When people encouraged her effort and hard work by saying she is a natural, she really took it to her head. She is a natural? She is a natural? And who the fuck is he? Aang is a prodigy. He becomes the youngest airbender master in the history at age 12 and teaches Katara about waterbending while knowing nothing about waterbending himself. Let's talk about him, shall we? He is so natural, he doesn't bother about learning anything else in the entire series. Throughout the series, Aang learns waterbending as frequently as you guys subscribing my channel. The only thing he becomes good at is his yoga and meditation stuff, despite being over 100 years old. There is one obvious arc of feeling guilty for not being there for people, but it's like a light switch. One scene, Aang is a happy 12-year-old kid. Another scene, he is having panic attacks because of the guilt.
Breathe air!
And the guilt thing gets resolved in episode 5 itself by a simple dialogue in the spirit realm. What changes in him in the last episode? The writers give me a build-up that goes nowhere and then they deliver a punchline without a build-up. It's like after watching the anime, the writers faithfully translated the show instead of adapting the show, which makes it quite different from One Piece. I do not know what the future of Team Aang looks like. Sokka is told not to be a warrior. Katara qualifies herself as Aang's master without getting a master herself, and there is still nothing that pushes Aang himself to learn other bending techniques. He did not fail because he didn't know water bending. He failed because he did not do air bending fast enough. At best, Team Aang is treated as a plot device to resolve the arcs of side characters. I should do some meditation after this. Listen, Netflix, either give me shit adaptations so I can talk about it and get views, or give me some awesome adaptations so I can talk about it and get views. But if you miss just the last 10% from achieving greatness, it gets personal and pisses me off. I hope they improve the writing in season 2, especially with Team Aang. That's all I wanted to say. See ya.